All right, what up? Peace. All right, this video, as you saw in the title, is Marvin Gaye and the number nine. Marvin Gaye and the number nine. So I did a lot of, something just told me, the ancestors, or Marvin Gaye, will talk to you. They play their music, they speak to you certain ways, different, like even artists that have left their physical body, or what we call die, or left their physical body, or they dead or died. They just died on this physical plane. They just went to a higher realm. So, but it's no other way to reach that than through what? The nine, as Professor X of the X Clan would say, the nine. So so I accumulated and put some things together. Not me made it. I found these dates. Got in this. I was in this book, and in this book, not a. It's not the book. Is not about Marvin Gaye, but the book was like an extreme correlation. It was a heavy tie-in to Marvin Gaye and the number nine. So I don't like just to hold information. I like to give it out, give the information up. So we look at things like, you know, this does have some validity, or it does make sense. Okay, now follow me. Follow me. Let's go. Okay, now let me get right to the information, and I'm gonna show you some things out of show you something out of a book. Now, stay with me. So I'm gonna get into some notes I wrote down. So as you can see, Marvin Gaye and the number nine. Okay, so Marvin Gaye, he was born April the 2nd, 1939. Okay, he left his physical April the 1st, 1984. Okay, this is the book I'm about to go into, so I'm gonna come back to this part. Okay, you know what? Let's go right into it. If I wrote it down like this for a reason, probably more likely gonna be better suited if I give it to you the way I wrote it down when I had my notes. So I don't want to get me all over the place, and people like, oh, I don't get it. You're all over the place. Okay, let's stay with me. Let's see what's up. Okay, the oracle you'll see right here, 302, and the verse number is 13. But I'm going to show you what book I am reading out of. Okay, and the book I'm reading out of, I'm going to show you the cover, then I'm going to show you the actual book binding. This is the Ninth Arch by Kenneth Grant. Okay, and this is actually like a student of Aleister Crowley. So, and I'm going to show you the binding of the book, so I'm just not giving you a cover to some random book. As you can see, to get you some light, the Ninth Arch by Kenneth Grant. And then I say the name of the video is called Marvin Gaye and the Nine, right? And Nine. So let's get right to it. Okay, 302 is the oracle, and the verse number is 13. 13 is a powerful number. Let's keep it going. Okay, this is what it says. Spoken by another prophet when one arises and one descends, invoking the beast. Okay, remember they say music soothes the savage beast, right? Okay, now, and music is what? Music is Marvin Gaye's love. Okay, he loved music. He was involved with music since he was a child. He was in church. He was in the choir, all types of things. He's actually the son of a preacher. So let's keep it going. Okay, it may be significant. These are like the notes and what these verses mean. Okay, so these are the notes behind it. It may be significant that the verse number enumerates the magical motto of Charles Stanfield Jones, Frater Achet. Achet means one. in Hebrew. Frater Achet. He was certainly another prophet, and Marvin Gaye definitely was that. As you look at what's going on, and there's also an album that's not very known. It wasn't known to someone or a teacher by the name of Bobby Hemmett put me up on it. In one of his lectures, he was talking about go check this album out by Marvin Gaye called "In Our Lifetime." Okay, it's a very vivid cover. As you see, um, it's like God versus the devil. They were playing chess. Okay, so let me get right into it. He was certainly another prophet in that he announced the advent of the Aeon of MAAT on April 2nd, 1984. Hold on. One, I'm gonna keep it going. I'm gonna come back a little bit. One is the meaning of Achet, the arises, and descends, could refer to that adept's descent into the abyss to permit of Crowley's ascent to the grade of Magus. Magus is a higher version of a magician, pretty much. That's what Magus means. So, I'm going to keep reading a little bit longer. And on the other hand, the symbolism pertains to the fire snake. Fire snake is what? The kundalini, the energy inside your spine, is correlated or in tune, right touching your spine. So as you see on the doctors or the hospital, you'll see two snakes going up and have wings to the top. Pretty much that's what they're saying about the fire snake. Okay, pertains to the fire snake's circular ascension and descension. The implication would then be that the word is spoken by another prophet when the fire snake arises and descends, thereby invoking the beast. So, as you know, Marvin Gaye was very powerful or astute. He knew what he was doing with music because he spent a lot of time with music as a youth or a child. But I'm going to go back to the date that I had just read, right? So Charles Stansfield Jones, Frater Achet, he was certainly another prophet in that he announced the advent of the Aeon, or it's like Aeon is like a time, a time set aside. Advent of the Aeon of Ma'at on April 2nd, 1948. 1948. That means, remember, Marvin Gaye was born on April 2nd, 1939. But the Aeon of Ma'at, which means balance, and which is a woman, a deity, or a god. The Aeon of Ma'at on April 2nd, 1948. But that means Marvin Gaye will be 9 years old because he was born on what? April 2nd. Remember they say his father killed him or shot him on April 1st, the day before his birthday. And where? California. California is the lower chakra of America, and the higher chakra is going towards the east. So, but Marvin Gaye was killed, taken out of his physical body while he was in L.A. So when people die, like Nipsey Hussle, he was taken out of his physical body on, what was it, March the 30th. March the 30th. This is around springtime. March the 30th. So this is like around the same time. Remember, they both left their physical frames or physical bodies where? In California or Los Angeles. So when people are crying or feeling bad, they're feeling bad because they're in a lower, they physically died or left their body in California, and they're pulling that energy. Just like Nipsey Hussle, and Marvin Gaye, people were crying out and feeling bad. We don't, sometimes we don't be realizing when they do that, they actually pulling energy. They're pulling your energy when you're having sorrow. But remember, right there, that time is what? Around Easter, right? Easter is around that same time. So remember, they are not everybody is their own Christ. Christos, their own Savior. But they're here to do a work to actually help raise you up. Or remember the music, you have lower frequency music and higher frequency music. Some dealing with sex and some dealing with spirituality. You know what I'm saying? Nothing's wrong with sex or anything like that, because sex is a spiritual act. So as you see, he, like I said right here, he left left the physical April the 1st, right before his birthday. So, and I have right here the advent of the Aeon of MAAT, April the 2nd, 1948. Marvin Gaye, he turned 9 on that same exact day, on this exact day of April the 2nd, on the advent of MAAT. And most of his music was dealing with what? Women. And MAAT, we see things happen physically, but we don't have a full understanding of it. But he was more than likely, things come to you while I'm doing this right now. So Ma'at, um, um, Ma'at, remember Aaliyah, she was taken out of her body, or was died in a plane crash on February the 2nd of, what was it, 2000? Yeah, 2001 actually. And remember, she played Akasha, which is Ma'at, really, but in another form. So, so remember, he had music with, let me get the name right. He had music with Tammi Terrell. I have a CD, like their greatest hits. Then they have Ain't No Mountain High Enough. This is a Marvin Gaye without the beard, and as you can see. So I'll make sure I get a good visual so you can see this too also. How I see it. Get it more light, it'll come out clearer. Okay, there's Marvin Gaye right there, and there's Tammi Terrell. But I brought up Aaliyah because she told me a while back just to go ahead and give the information. So Aaliyah, as you know, she was born in Brooklyn, but she ended up moving to Detroit at a young age. So, and also Motown is in where? Detroit, the Motor City. And Motown, they were signed to Motown Records, as you can see, as you can see the symbol of Motown right here. All right, they were signed. If I can get it to get clear. Yeah, Motown Records. The symbology of it, Motown Records. So when Tammi Terrell ended up passing, her mother didn't allow anybody from the Motown staff, record label as a whole. Shout out to Tupac. Her mother didn't allow anybody but Marvin Gaye to come to her funeral. So that just goes to show you, she was working so hard that she had I think it was a brain tumor, or brain hemorrhage, and she passed out on stage. And Marvin ran from the back and ran to, while she passed out, he ran to her, and that was like one of his true loves. But if you remember, Aaliyah had a song. She sampled Marvin Gaye's song, um, "Give It Up." That was Aaliyah. She did her version of it. And if you watch the video, she's actually dancing, doing the same dance moves as Marvin. But that was Tammi Terrell in a new body. Tammi Terrell came back as Aaliyah. It might sound outlandish, but I have verification for my ancestors. So I have verification for my ancestors, and this is right and exact. So I'm going to give you the information how my ancestors give it. No punches being held. All right. So as you can see, so I'm putting this together, I'm putting it together so you can understand where I'm coming from with all of this. Now I got it in better light so you can see Tammi, Terrell, and Marvin. So I brought up the video she had, "Give It Up." Well, Marvin had a song called "Give It Up," and she remade the song. So it's very suiting that Aaliyah did that song, because it's like Tammi Terrell was able to do a duet again with Marvin Gaye. So she wanted me the MAAT, as in Tammi Terrell and as in Aaliyah, wanted me to tell you, because remember Aaliyah played in a movie as actress as Akasha in The Queen of the Damned, and Akasha was symbolically was going is Ma'at. Okay, and that's in Egyptian mythology or Kemetic mythology. Okay, we bring nothing but the facts. And so you can always see that video I'm talking about with "Give It Up" with Aaliyah on YouTube. So this is exactly where this video has been placed on YouTube. So you can pause this video or wait till you finish the video or whatever and go look at the video. You can see her dancing with Marvin. So it's like everything has come back full circle and something she had to do. All right. So let me get back to the book and the information. So as I show you, the Aeon of Ma'at on April the 2nd, 1948, and Marvin Gaye was 9 years old. Okay, if he's not as the 9, Marvin Gaye turns 9 years old on the exact date that it was proclaimed that was the date, or the Aeon of Ma'at, on the exact date. So 1948 plus 36. So remember, 3 plus 6 is 9. And remember, Marvin, he left his physical body in 1984, right? So that's another 9. 3 plus 6 is 9. See? 3 plus 6 is 9. So Marvin Gaye turns 45 years old on what? April the 2nd. But remember, he left his physical body on April the 1st, 1984. So he never got to get to that next 9 level. He was reaching levels. There was another album. He came out with the name of the album. I have the album on CD. I cannot think of the name of the album. It was on CBS Records. But it was like a album where he did ballads, like it was Nat King Cole in that period time frame, and he did all those ballads. One of the songs, "I Won't Cry Anymore. I'm closing the door on memories." So I'm not Marvin, of course, as you can hear. So, but yeah, that was a great album. But you know, that was around the time that album they put it out after he passed. So he would have been 45, of course. So Marvin Gaye turns 45 on April the 2nd. He never got to make it to that day. So I know that was done intentionally. So we deal with people in the record label that have to deal with certain energies in order to make certain things not come to fruition. Okay? So now we look. 45 plus 36 is 81. 8 plus 1 is 9. That's another 9. 3 plus 6, in order for him to become 45 from when he was 9 years old, he would have been, 3 plus 6 is 9. 45 plus 36 is 81. But and that's, you gotta think that's 81. 81, 9 to the second power is what? 81. 8 plus 1 is what? 9. So 2020. Now watch this. 2020, that year just passed us. So I was just sitting there and I was reading, and I was like, just go ahead and put all this information out and write it down. So 2020, Marvin Gaye in 2020 is balanced, because 2020. Remember, Aaliyah, she passed on 2002. So Marvin Gaye in 2020, he would have been 81. Now you think about it, now look at this, 1984, 84. Let me go ahead and so you can see it. I did this in my mind. I'm I'm very good with math. I just wanted to just do this so you can see it. I'm doing this live with my wrong hand, my left hand too, so you can see it too. Okay. Let me see. Okay, 1984. Okay, let's see. Plus 36. Let me do this with my right hand so I can do it a lot better. So you on this, you can see like what is that? Is that a heart or a zero? Okay, 1. Oh, let me do this a little different. 1984, Marvin would have been what? 45. Okay, let's do it that way. He was 40. He would have been 45 because he passed before he made it 30 made 45. So 36 years later, which would be 2020 from 1984, you have a 1 and you have an 8. 81. Marvin Gaye would have been 81 on April the 2nd, 2020. He would have been 81. So 81 is what? 8 plus 1 is 9. So as you can see, in 2020, Marvin Gaye would be 81. 8 plus 1 is 9. The 9 ether. Etherical is not a 9. Etherical is where you can reach high levels of not just this physical plane. You can reach different levels, the different levels of not just what's physical, but the spiritual, high spiritual planes. So as you can see, as they say, the ninth arch. Now what do you see right here? Now what do you see? I'm gonna give you a couple of seconds. You can pause it, and then I'm gonna just hold the picture right there. Okay. Now I'm gonna keep. You can pause it. I'm gonna let it go. So this is a vagina, a vesica. You see the vesica where? In the church or a lot of different religious places. Remember I told you sex is also spiritual. So in order for the church to thrive, don't you have what? A whole bunch of women, but they also what? Mistreat the women. Just like in the let's see, the Muslim faith mistreats them. All religions damn near mistreat the woman because they know the woman has the real power, which is what? The gate, the the vagina or the pussy. So either way, when they hold the woman down in all these religious sex as in SECT sections, when they hold them down, they actually stopping their power and actually stopping their spirituality. So remember when I showed you the date of the Aeon of MAAT was April the 2nd, 1948. I'm gonna show you the book too also where it says this. MAAT, and what I was saying, the physical, we're actually playing out a role in the physical form. We just think, oh, we're living in this physical body, we're just gonna live this life. But remember, highly melanated people or so-called black people, our ancestors, they'll come through us. But if we don't spiritually know what's going on, it will all miss us. It will miss us. So I'm catching it. I'm catching it. All this stuff, the answers are giving me. I'm catching it. So Marvin Gaye in 2020, his birthday had passed April the 2nd. He would have been 81 years old. 81, 8 plus 1 again is the 9 ether. So all this accumulates. Remember, the year that just passed is 2020. So it's not just what the the things that we see physically happening. We got to put these things together, and when you line these things up, when you line them up, you line yourself up. You making yourself that much more powerful because you're actually what you're listening to your ancestors. Our ancestors are inside your body, your blood cells. So your blood cells, when you're drinking water, that makes them stronger. You're making yourself stronger because you made out of water. Okay, if you're made out of water like the earth is made out of 70% water, your body is made out of 70% water. We call it blood when we get a cut or something, that's blood, but it's actually blood cells. And the air, which is the illusion, turns it red. Okay, so I'm just wanted to tell you that. Marvin Gaye in the 9. Peace to Marvin Gaye. He told me to put this out, this information out, and I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? I don't never go against my ancestors. My ancestors, they with me. We ride together. I am my ancestors. My ancestors are me. Peace again to Marvin Gaye. I say peace to Tammi, Terrell. Peace to Aaliyah and MAAT. And Marvin Gaye, he was a physical version of Shiva. Shiva in Hindu mythology, same thing. If you look at different mythology, you can put these things together. And Shiva played the drum and with music too also. Shiva, S-I-V-A or S-H-I-V-A. You can look him up. It's a deity. And they do the dance. And you see, like I said in the video earlier, Marvin Gaye and Aaliyah was dancing with Marvin Gaye, and that's what they do. And that's what they do. So what they do is they dance. They do the dance on the dance floor and also in the bedroom. They're chaos beings. That's what dancing is. It's chaos. It's not a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna do this move and that. No, it's just the move. Y'all in synchronicity. You're in synchronicity on the dance floor when you're dancing and when you're dancing in the bedroom. All right. Ashe, and that's what I have. Peace.